Oh, man. All right, here we go. Not much. We're starting to bleed out here, looks like, on the Qs. A little bit of a rebound, though. I'm not really feeling... It's just been, like, weeks of looking for a high-volume pullback so we can see if it wants to, right? I mean, we've accumulated enough to let a lot of our positions just ride for a while. And, selling under low volume grinding up is nice. It's not great to buy on low volume grinding up. Um, you know, chasing at low volume is a recipe for disaster. So once the buying volume goes up, the sellers are going to come right in. So we're kind of stuck in this purgatory right now. It's a good purgatory's bad. I don't know if there's a positive purgatory to be in, but in general, as the market continues to grind up, it's just unfortunate that there's probably a lot of other tickers that we'd want to get involved in, but I just want to wait just a little bit longer before we really get a good setup to hit multiple tickers, take advantage of it. All right, we got market starts here in what, a minute so let's go to individual tickers. I'm looking at VTGN. It's an interesting setup. They have it, again, interesting setup, interesting platform, interesting prospects. Everything is intriguing. Anybody getting really pounded? No. Kind of these, we're just, especially the bio booms, we're just getting the flip flops. Up one day, pull back the next. The one thing I'll say thus far is, which I should say is typical when you get your Q4 full year earnings from your big blue chips, which is, going into it, typically volume dries up. There's some volatility there, but it's under low volume. So you can make a move either to add or sell on low volume misprices. But, the reactions to those earnings reports are usually quite potent compared to other ones. Not just, well, it's not the numbers, but it's the guidance, right? Usually that Q4 2020 full year guidance, they're going to typically either reiterate or, update their guidance for full year. So you do get larger moves, which can, especially to the upside if it's been, or vice versa, if she's been moving higher or lower under lower volume, and the guidance, points to the opposite direction, you can get a solid reversal, and the initial move can be enough to essentially, create a long-term durable reversal. So, oh, bear. Yeah, we have yet to really... We've been waiting for you to... Has it been... I'm on the daily, right? Did she really get down? I feel like I haven't looked at this in a while, but... she's still staying there. I'll keep throwing some money at this. What happened to Abbott? What are we doing here? Oh, geez. So that's just... This might just be technical. I'll have to check the press releases, but... I think this might be... Yeah, this might just be like a technical... Finally broke the uptrend here. So that's the next one here. There might be one here. Yeah, that might be it. That's the next one at least. Alright, so let's watch that next. Bayer, nothing. Gosh. BMY, I like this one. I put that one as an alert yesterday. CVS, closer. Is this one now in play? Looks like it. Okay. Alright. Alright. So, we got blue. We got breakout, open up and break out above the anchored VWAP. Looks like she retested it already, which is might be a double here just because you have the downtrend ray, which that's not accurate really at all. Hold on. Let's do this. Yeah, it's about the same thing anyway, but that's a good sign. Break of the RSI trend. Okay, we'll put CVS on the mark today. Overall, anybody really moving up? In general, we have a weight to the downside. Oh yeah, that's a break. Look at this. Boom. Boom. It's a little more red for me. We gotta put that. There we go. Yeah, she's... Hello. Alright. Spy. Hold on. Looks like we might have the same with the Qs. Okay. All right. We'll go with that. Stay away. Let it go. There's some guys that we might want, like that CVS looks like a good pickup right now, but so yeah, a lot of things are gonna. I mean, especially these ETFs are gonna look like that has time there. That's a break there. I mean, it's not in bad shape because you got the support rate where it's sitting on, right? You have all the way down to 44-ish, 44 and a half. So, I mean, it's weakening, right? It's below anchored VWAP. It's not bullish. But this could easily hammer. let's get the trading here. Yeah, see, I was going to say, this might be... I mean, you can see this one, right? Where's the 8 o'clock? Here's the 8 o'clock reset. That was their first. There's that, and then... Is that... 920. Opened up, failed. Well... Yeah, it doesn't look great. All right. Another boring day thus far. What is something's heavier at Abbott then. 5% Abbott is all right. I'll look that up. That's pretty decent volume for the first, just for the morning here. All right. Once again, if you have any tickers, I do have to go over a few requests that I got yesterday. I'm going to try to do that around noon. You know what? Let's do it now. I have to fix a few things in the sheets, in the portfolio. But let's go over mRNA real quick. All right, so mRNA, I have it in the sheets. I have it as a holding, where I should have it pretty much as buying, because I believe, well, not that I'm overly bullish on it, but it's the fact that Moderna, they have stuff that is going to push them well beyond COVID. But like I've talked, Pfizer and Moderna are going to be punished for their previous growth, their previous sales. And as long as you're going to have a year or two of just waiting for the year-over-year growth to not be decreasing, but hopefully reacquiring a growth trajectory, which is, again, you have to come off reporting billions in government funding and, sales and this and, and all that stuff, and that just the immense year-over-year growth that they had, in terms of Moderna becoming a commercial stage company where they were still in many ways years out from it. Is there concerns about their technology? Yes, I think there's a lot of public concern about it. They are still at the mercy of other companies with their mRNA technology. If it's not good, they're going to get, perceived as being, grouped in with that. But data from their other, especially their oncology programs, look very promising. So I'm bullish. It's just, and I'm looking to buy because of where it's come from and the fact they're still pulling in revenue from COVID. As long as they don't even have to report, positive EPS for me to be bullish on them, because I think that they might eventually really uncover the ability, like what people have been talking about for decades at this point, but especially the last 2 decades, which is the idea of a cancer vaccine, right? And not to get, which is, a lot of people believed was going to be the calling for mRNA, because you're not trying to take a virus and to make your body be able to produce the things it needs to recognize a virus, That you can just do with a dead virus, right? You could do that with conventional viruses, but it's hard to do that concept with cancer, right? But if you can make your body realize and make it train your immune system to recognize cancer with mRNA technology, then you're doing what we really need to do, which is to get your own body to eradicate what it failed to do in the first place. Now, sometimes that's bolstering the immune system, but you also need to teach it. So it needs to be stronger and more knowledgeable to handle it. But the knowledge part can be done by figuring out why the body's not, didn't find it in the first place. And, and basically doing a bespoke vaccine to handle that, to what is it about this person's specific cancer that they failed to do, and then that's what we need to do. It's missing pieces in the immune system's knowledge. Now, again, sometimes it's about bolstering the immune system. Sometimes the people it's attacking it, but it's not. It's just too fast, too aggressive. So sometimes you gotta go that path, but at least constantly putting it, getting the vaccine and telling people, telling the body to recognize it. There's some confidence that at least you can put the brakes on it, and then hopefully with the right amount of treatments and maybe cell therapies and some other things to help boost the person's immune system to attack it, you're looking great. So I think that's where Moderna really could help us out here, healthcare wise, and that's where a lot of these other vaccines, mRNA outlets, might have a long-term future besides infectious diseases. Which, again, if you look prior to COVID, that's where a lot of these guys were aiming their technology at. And even while during COVID, they're collecting that check. They were just trying that. The first thing they tried to do once, things were going back to normal, public health policies allowed clinical trials to really get going again. Those guys were quick to get right back in the clinic and get those things going. Because now I think it's the race to be the first in all those indications with these mRNA therapeutics, right? Because now there's some validation that it does work, right, with the COVID vaccines. So anyway, went over well. You know what? I'm not really excited to get in today, so let's just. So that's to answer that question right away. I need to sit in there and fix Moderna. INSEE's another one that I'm actually looking to buy, and we're getting really well. We were at it, but my conviction's high. Now, why am I looking? Why was I looking to sell it? Well, it was expensive. It had been up there for a while, and it has some concerns. But my conviction long term for INSEE is essentially, I was working on an update, but my conviction long term for INSEE is way up there. I think they're, people are lowering their price. Yeah, look, you can see here's Bank of America dropping their price target down, and that's okay. Because they're looking to get you to think that the long term it's over, right? They're going to a massive patent cliff, and yes, that's true. But then here, the results from their other drugs that are coming up are impressive. They have, and then the cream Opzelura, which is what was that? Jacophy, yeah. Jacophy's cream version is great. Opzelura looks to be, and that should expand its patent for that one at least. So, which is where, again, that's another thing. It's that's where that one really does really well, which is psoriatic arthritis or psoriasis, a lot of skin dermal ones. Yeah, it does work with all the different types of arthritis, but it's the skin that where even before the cream version, it was good with the skin, the dermal stuff. Okay, Not so big. All right, so let's. Oh yeah, that's. I'll have to update that one. AVXL. That one is. I'm still AVXL. I'm still buying. Pack B. Waiting for that one to base out, which it's been doing for a while. Actually, wait. What am I wrong? Oh, wow! It took another turn to the downside. Yeah, so this is like a longer play, right? So I meant basing out like right here compared to where it was, right? So I forgot that it went up above though. It just hasn't got to our sell targets yet. So it's kind of just I haven't really done too much about it because I'm but maybe we got to consider. Yeah, she's sitting right there, isn't she? Maybe wait for buy target 2. I didn't realize she took this recent downturn though. That's from the end of the year. Why? $29 days ago. I need something like from months ago. Oh, they're preliminary, which that was January. Oh yeah, so is that what that one is? January 8th. Yep. So she so it's above a lot of estimates. Well, I'm not doing anything about it because look at this. You just gotta wait for the algorithm to be done, and you know they're gonna get their fill here, right? You gotta wait for them to be done eating, and once they're done, you let them. Yeah, that could be a good time right here, though. Look at that. Now that's typically a bearish setup, but sometimes you get down to it, and you get any sort of level of support, and there's not too much reason to the downside. In terms of like, I don't understand why you'd want to continue to sell against Pac B. Maybe we're back on. Test, test, test. Anyway, this is another one that I have to make an adjustment on, but if you want to follow anything, my conviction sometimes is a little lagging, I guess. My ability to change it. AVXL, I'm definitely waiting for a catalyst here. They might be done though. I might have to mothball this one, but I have to. Yeah, we're grinding even lower. Yeah, it's just hold on to this one. You could see that we have at least have a There's that one. There's another one. There's that one. So you got a lot going on here. Potential reversal starting to formulate, but because the RSI is strengthening up slowly. Don't even have a monthly, do we? Oh, we do. I don't like how the monthly, yeah, we might have, I say lower. So, just going to be hands off here. Yeah, there's no reason to jump in on this, guys. Just wait. All right, I'm going to end it here. Long opening. Too long. I'm going to wait for that flip at 10:30, maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock. Look for the market to flip. So we can go, we're at the 1 minute. Let's take a look at the 5. Can we do this now? No, not yet. That's something there. It's not like, yeah. So there it is. And you can see that. In reality, might be even that. Yeah. So they have a lot of rays going on this. Now, these hammers here are promising. You can see there's even this starting right here. Right? Angle of attack, though, right? This is much steeper than that. Not seeing any. We're going to look for. So you look for another plunge, right? Comes down. Because we want to see this 5 minute needs to start to curl up just a little bit, and then you see a nice solid push down, right? And you'll get a bullish. So this solid RSI line, lower share price. So down here, probably near the bottom of this Keltner channel. Right, hits down here, but the RSI on this line doesn't come down as far. It comes down to here. But at the same time, we need this 5 minute to start grinding up. right? Because the 5 minute might even have it already. No, the 5 minutes needs to get lower. So we're looking for much, before we really get aggressive, we're looking for another solid move lower. And can it get lower than the 1 minute here? So you're gonna have to get a lower share price but higher RSI, and then probably another lower share price, higher RSI, and that could be good enough for the 5 minute. Unless where's the 5 minute? No. No, we're still getting weakening up on the 5 minute. So you're gonna have to wait. Just gonna have to wait. Now I like to look when I'm waiting for like a solid reversal for the day. I like to go out to the 15, right? But then 15 in the hour. So if I'm waiting for like something that I'm going to hold on, like a nice solid move, I can put something on for a while and really let it grind up. I got to wait for the hourly. So you got a double top here, right? Oh, 15 minutes. So let's see. Are we... So the hourly you could see, which is the dotted line here, this is a good spot, right? But then the next is lower but higher share price. So you're getting a bearish divergence, right? So here's the highest hourly RSI that we can see right here, right? That's the high. All right, so then you get up to here, and that's when you usually see, like, right? So we always talk about the low because we're looking to buy, but when we're selling, right, you're always looking for the opposite, essentially, right? So here's the higher RSI, right? Highest RSI is here to this share price, but then the share price goes higher, lower RSI, right? So it drops to here to there, here, down to here, right? Down, down. So it keeps dropping. But share price getting, here's the high, but then here's the killer, which is, right, again, you're getting basically the same. Actually, that's even higher. A little bit higher. But then you can see that there's just less strength. Now you're getting down to this spot. They'll start to pile on if you can get down to here, because again, you got volume up here, plenty of volume. Eat right through it. You're below 200-day EMAs on both time frames. But Mira talking about the lower, in this case, the smaller time frame. So the 15-minute, which is the RSI, which is the solid line, versus the hourly. When you get this going higher, right? And in all these cases, the hourly is already starting to fade, but then there's a shot up on the lower time frame. So see how this is going outside? It's getting above as this is decreasing. So a rising 15 versus the decreasing or dropping, fading, falling hourly RSI. And it works the other way, right? I mean, same idea here, right? So this is a good spot. Notice how this is where it snaps back up. You have the 15-minute dropping below a rising hourly, and then you get a nice little snap up. So when you don't have that at the moment, see, like right now, if we look here, this is why we're going to wait, because we have two falling. We have a potential for reversal at some point here, because look, we're slightly below. We're right on it right now. But even if it just stayed right here, which it might. Right, here's the 15-minute. Now we got, obviously, that's here. We obviously have a lower share price, but equal, if not higher, RSI at the moment. So you might see a momentary, if you wanted to scalp something for possibly 5 minutes. You got a 5-minute move here? Maybe. Can you find a 5-minute move here? Possibly. what would it be? Decent amount of volume here. It fell, right? But it's not strong. So what you would probably have to wait for is to get above this area, because that's where you're dropping. There was a battle here, but she's grinding up on lower volume. So who knows? There might be just another attack right here. So you have to wait. Right, she's struggling to reacquire this uptrend. Now, if she can get in here, hold in here for a minute or two, maybe you can even grind down. But at the moment, if it touches it and then goes, right? So if she, yep. I mean, that angle of attack is not bad from the bottom. It's pretty steep, but again, low volume. So you're just waiting. Touches it here. Can drop below it for a second, but as long as the candle essentially ends up above that line, you're in good shape. All right, so that's where you could see that might be a spot. Pretty close. Yeah, she's lost. Not the setup we're looking for. But we might be able to get... It's in the 1 minute? No. Yeah, it's the 1 minute chart now, so... Yeah, we need to... So even right now, if you're looking for a scalp, you're still waiting for a lower share price, which we got. Higher RSI, which we have, but... Even right now, I'd still want to see maybe the RSI come down to about here. So she's got a nice... Yeah, this is... Yeah, let's see if it falls down a little more. Still going to wait on that. You'd have to see some volume step in here. I think you got to... Yeah, just wait. Oh. Yeah, there we go. But you see, like, this was formulating, and that's why, oh, it looks good. You know, maybe it's potentially you have to wait. You have to wait. Just wait for... Because you're waiting for the computer to give up and figure out that the other way is a better way to go, and you're waiting for the other humans that are around you to see the same thing. Now, you could be the first one or the 10th or the last one even. It's just as long as you're there for, like, oh, we're going this way now. And if you want, you can go from here all the way to here if you like, but sometimes it's just good just to take the meat in the middle, people. Just like, that's the big move. It hits a certain spot. There's a potential spot where it might run in reverse. You take that profit and you can, again, you can hold on for, you know, a long term, because maybe it's a good chance to develop a core over the rest of the day, scalping it, and then, you know, finally letting it run for a longer term. Or it does turn to lower, and then you can at least, the remaining, you can break even, you know. You can just unload it, and no matter what, over the course of the day, through numerous trades, you've at least gained some profit. Do we have a setup here? Not yet. Volume's still low. So when the volume's low, the big candle on a low volume can be a you know, like, hey, something's looking to reverse here, because that's the fact that the sellers are getting out of the way and it's nothing but the buyers taking it over. But it's also sometimes it's, you know, the pace of the selling, so the share price has moved down so much that the selling pressure's up here, right? This is where the selling pressure is really at. This is the angle they're going to defend. So so anything that really drops down sometimes and it comes right back up, as long as it can be all the way down here, all the way up here, just making big moves. It's really when it finally, can it overcome where the pressure's coming from, right? How much it moves here, within a candle is just the book, right? It's just that moment of the book. It's not indicative of where it's going to be in 10, 15 minutes. It's just how the book's how it's developing, how the level 2 and all that stuff is level 1, how that's moving. It's just that momentary share price. It's not indicative of like a lot of things happen, unless there's a lot of volume going on. You're looking for traffic, right? You're looking for moments where there's lots of traffic. Lots of hands going on. Buyers and sellers battling it out. Sellers either getting in the way, getting out of the way. Potential here. Getting a little lighter on that go, no-go. Still bearish. But that move is something to make note of. Nothing to bank on because, again, low volume. Ran right into that trend line. Poking out. Yep, see, just ran into the middle of that Keltner channel. Once it ran into any resistance, buyers didn't have enough. Sellers coming in, got the so there's enough to the downside. There's enough pressure pushing down. Long, come on, come on. There you go. Nice little pop. See, that's what we're looking for. Now, this is where you can set up for maybe a rejection off this. If you get a rejection off here and it comes down to maybe, just under, 480 something. Maybe even come down to 509.75 area. So you look for the rejection here. Now, if it just grinds up, then you're going to wait for another one. You have to wait for at least one rejection here. Now, if it grinds all the way to the top, that's not your setup. I doubt there's nothing but air here, right? There's going to be, you can just see the lines here, but even another downtrend coming at some point in here. Because the volume, look, guys, is anemic. It's a good sign that maybe the sellers are moving out of the way, right? So she got above, but then close above this uptrend. So you look for it to come down into here. Right in this general area. And you get a little bump here. See? Now, is that just a momentary thing? Just a one little bounce? Or is that something to really get some momentum going? Possibly. All right, we're going to end it there. Gotta get to work. This might actually be setting up for the day. All right, tickers in the chat. I will adjust the portfolio sheets and